Okay. Just setting things up. Oh, not sure. Okay. Present to everyone. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Okay, guys. Hopefully this works. Sounds like it's working. Looks like it's working. I don't know. Okay, guys, we are live streaming today in honor of the new Kingdom Hearts 3 game. A cell phone game. It's Kingdom Hearts Unchained, and I am a big fan of the whole star theme. I make a lot of origami stars and, love stars in general. So I like stars. So the Keyblade that you start off with is Starlight in this game. And so I want to go ahead and make it because it's just plain cool. So definitely still figuring out the Google Hangouts thing. So hopefully we'll get that going. Sorry, there's not much going on the screen yet. Let me get oh, it's flickering. I don't know if it's showing it flickering, but it's flickering for me. That's annoying. It's workable, but if you look at the design, we'll grab the design in just a second, but the base is the original Kingdom Keyblade. So I've already had that modeled, so we're gonna see if we can start with that and use it. Now we'll pull up the file. Trying to find. There we go. Here we go. These are the Keyblades I have made in the past. And some of the designs are a little bit different, and I don't have the full chain on these because these are actually made for 3D printing and adjusted some of the designs a little bit to be able to be 3D printed as in a pendant size. So these are actually very small, about let's see, about 3 inches or about 8 centimeters tall in their size.
About 3 inches or about.
But I'm gonna go ahead and grab Kingdom Key. Oh, shoot, there we go. And it should be not showing me. It should be. I don't understand it. This should be showing my thing. Oh, it's such a mess. You go away. 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 Yeah, this is showing me. It should be showing. Stupid thing. I had it set for showing not me, but my computer. So
Yeah, this is showing.
that's not right. Go away. Where is... And it's not here. Okay, I am the creator of this. Give me my creator tools. Why do I not have the... Where did that window go? Oh, I hate this thing. I just made it stupid. This one? There we go. Screen share. Okay. Let's see. That should hopefully work. Right now it is Inception. But hopefully that should fix it. Let's sneak peek and see what's going on. Yeah. Okay. That should be working. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure how to do all of this. And because I've done this one other time with this particular, with Google Plus live hangouts. And it looked like there were a bunch of people on the YouTube, but I don't know how to get to that. And people were saying they didn't know where to go, you know, if they were supposed to go to YouTube or this, but like I don't see any sort of things to show me where I would go to YouTube. So I may have to try and figure out how to do this. So I may have to do some intense testing, but I want to be creative and hopefully this stream will work enough that we could do some fun stuff and I can have something to post on my YouTube channel. I actually had a scare. I'm trying to like delete the stupid, because I got more than one Google account. And obviously one is for all my creative doll stuff and then one is just like my old one. So I was trying to get rid of the one and keep the other, and it was just being a pain. Okay. But yeah. Yeah, okay. So anyway. Let's get this project started, guys, because I don't know how long it will take. May just get this going and then stop it and see if this is working at all. And, but yeah. All right. So I grabbed a quick reference that I found, image, that will hopefully be good enough. So you always want, obviously, good reference. This is not the best, so we might go see if we can find some better reference really quick. And I misspelled that or mistyped that. So we go and look for large. Now this is an artist I see all the time. They do these beautiful sort of recreates. That looks like Old Navy, but we want to try and find the official. And someone did say that it turns gold as you get to different levels. So that's probably different ones. But I'm on the beginning, so that might be actually someone's digital render creation of it. Yeah, see levels. There's different levels of it. There we go, actually. Pull that into Photoshop and yeah. All right. Okay, so we want this. We need to adjust our reference image so that we can model straight off the reference image, and that'll be fantastic. So we need to prep our reference. And get this aligned as best we can. This is where you find out how good your reference is that you found. That looks pretty centered to me. Yeah, if you look at these lines here, that looks pretty straight. Yeah, I think we got it. I think we got it, guys. Okay. And we will get the image to the right size. We don't need all of that extra. Maybe just a teeny bit to make sure that we don't cut off our image. And because it will bug me, I will do I'm on the wrong layer. There we go. And for my program, it likes JPEGs, so we will save it as JPEG, just on my desktop, anywhere you want, it's fine. And then we will go back into Modeler. I use Lightwave 3D, and this is the 2015 version. I originally learned on the version 9 at school, which is the Digital Animation and Visual Effects School. It's the one I attended over at Universal Studios, Florida, Orlando. Not affiliated with the Universal Studios, but that's where their campus is. It's in the back lot of Universal Studios, which is really cool because, who doesn't want to go ride a roller coaster during lunch break or after class to relieve stress? All right. Now, I can press D to open up my display options window. I'm sure you could find it somewhere. But we've got, 4 different screens to help us to model. But we are going to drop in. We want our backdrop. Go to the backdrop tab. And we want to put the backdrop into our bottom left window here. So bot L image, we're gonna load our image up. That's the one we just did right there. Pop that in, and it is obviously the wrong size, and you can invert pixel blending and then the image resolution. I usually pop those both on, and we need to scale it down to the proper size. But you know what? I'll press F2 to center the object that I have. Very good. Okay, and let's try. Okay, we're getting close to the size that we want, and the image is not centered, so we need to go ahead and center that. Yeah, inverting that for the moment is going to be very helpful. I can see it a little better. You know what? I'm going to go to a different layer so that Keyblade is not in the way. Okay, that line right there is my center line. Hopefully you guys can see. I don't know how quality well this is, so this is partly a test. Okay, and let's try 1.5. Wow, that's actually pretty close. 1.6. Ooh, let's do 1.55. Yeah, that looks pretty good. That looks, yeah, I think that's as close to center as we're really gonna get. All right. Ugh, I press A to zoom out to the original whatever. I might keep it inverted. Well, I can see a little bit better details of what's going on with the original image. All right, so we've got the Kingdom Keyblade. Which you can see is, we'll go just to texture. Very similar in the styles there. So the base is the same. And here is pretty similar. Looks like it might be a little more, just a couple of adjustments. We don't think we'll need to remake that. And it's definitely a little more narrower. And we'll need to adjust the keychain and obviously make a new keychain for our key. And then obviously the top is different. Okay. So let's get working on it, shall we? I'm going to go back to wireframe, and I'm not going to do color wireframe on that one because the gray actually stands out better on the colors of the original image. And we're going to line up Keyblade a little bit better. Model. And we're going to turn on symmetry. So what happens, since my model is perfectly centered and it's perfectly symmetric, or it should be, anything that I do over here will happen on the left. See, if we select that, it's also selected over there as well. All right, so why is it not selecting? Let's select points instead. That should hopefully, yep, get a little better. You know what, we're going to go ahead and save object as And saving is always awesome and good for you. Okay. Just those shapes just a teeny bit. And in general, this needs to be much smaller. So I'm going to go press H, which is my, if we go into modify, we can also get to, it's the stretch tool. It's under transform in the modify tab. We've got all the different tabs. And then when you select a different tab, and then it will change your tools over here on the left. Now the top section is always the same because, you know, saving and selecting, those are all important tools that are needed for any sort of all the time. So those are stuck staying there. And then, you know, you've got your create. So then our tools change to make more towards making objects, modifying them, multiplying them, you know, adding more detail, construct, you know, different things. You don't have to worry about rendering and animation and stuff. That's in a different program. I mean, the program is split up into 2 programs, so you don't have to worry about any of that here. But when we go to our stretch tool, we want to make sure, since we want to make sure we get in the exact center, which you can see down here on the bottom left of my screen. And I need to get the percentage the same because I want to make sure it's the same. I could do size, but it will do all 3 axes, and I only want 2 axes. I want my X and my Z, but I don't want the Y to change. I don't want the how tall it is to change. All right, let's try that. That looks to be about the right. Yeah, just a little bit smaller than that. And that looks, it could be a little smaller, but we're on the right track. And you know what, we're going to go ahead and delete that because obviously it's not the proper top that we need. So right now we'll get everything down here. Adjusted in our base here, and then we will go and work on some of the other details. Okay, now this needs to come down. Oops. There we go. Now, it'd probably be easier to just go ahead and remake that rather than adjusting these. And so we're going to go ahead and delete some of our geometry. noticing this isn't straight up and down like it should be. That's gonna bug me a little. I mean, it's minuscule. We're talking not definitely not naked to the visible eye, but you know. We're just gonna see how far off that is. Oh wow, you can't even really tell. It's so minuscule. I mean, look at that. It's tiny. Tiny how far off that is. It's 15. Oh, what is that? 15 of a micrometers. That's probably not what it's called. But anyway, it's tiny. I'd like to fix it, but I don't, yeah. Maybe we will. How anal do we want to be today? You know, maybe I'll fix that later. But I don't want to spend all my time doing little itty bitty things. But so, okay. The bottom looks like it matches pretty well. I mean, we need to adjust that chain, but we'll do that when we do the bend it. So we will go up here, and what we're going to do, we're going to go to our edge mode. And we're going to grab all these edges. You can see it selected by this green circle up there. So what we're going to do is we are going to make this detail by multiplying with, we go to one multiply tab, and pretty much what we're doing is extending. So we press E and then press T. That's our, translation, our move kind of tool. And we're gonna go Shift H rather than just plain H. And that was the tool we were talking about earlier, where it will size all axes instead of just a single axis. And it's a very kind of round shape. And it looked like I was resizing width, but it wasn't resizing Z because it's the symmetry tool. We're actually going to turn that off so we don't accidentally. And you know what? I want to try something I haven't done really before. I learned it in school, and I want to see if it'll work, because that would be really fun. So basically, I am going to but I think I need to put a polygon there. So we will press P because we have all those selected, and now there's a polygon on top, because I think it only works for polygons rather than point selecting. So we've got that polygon selected. So I think it's multi-shift. And I need my numeric window. Press N for your numeric window. That'll give you all of the little exact controls for your current tool. Like you can set in things. All right. Supposedly, if I do a bunch of steps with the multi-tool, I can press a button and it will do the steps that I did again. So since we've got 2 of these to do, I'm hoping I can do one and then press that button and it'll do the next one for me. And especially since I think we need to do it again at the top, and then I can do that again, and it'll save me some time. And it will also be uniformal, which is something I love. So yeah, quick store, quick restore. Okay, so here we go. And it will also resize for me without huge, having to go back and forth between tools and stuff. So let's give this a shot. This will be nice. This will be cool if we can get this. My only problem is it's backwards than what I want it to be on, like a mouse is inverted kind of thing. And what I am typically. I really need a better mouse. It's more exact. That would make me happy. And since this is a really small item, we're gonna pronounce things just a little more than we would normally. But I really probably should have done that a bit more, but we're gonna save. And quick store. Quick restore? No. Highlight all steps. Quick store. Quick store. I'm trying to remember how to do this. Save profile. Test. And we'll do that on the desktop just so I can find it easier. Load profile. Test. Open. No, I think that just saved what I did rather than poop. Okay. No, I don't want to insert a ship. I don't want to. Quick store. How do I do this? Actions. Maybe press enter and then multi-shift. Quick. Oh, maybe. Looks like it might be there, but it went inside. So maybe if we can grab the right geometry and pull it up, maybe we get it. I don't. So maybe if here, let's do this, or you know what? Let's. Oops. We move this out of place for a minute. Quick restore. No. I should probably at this point I would have been, at least halfway through, if not. done. But I really want to figure this out, guys. Okay. Multi-shift. Oh, you know what? Let's quick restore. At all steps. Oh no. Oops. Multi-shift. Quick restore. New surface. Huh. Alright. Try one more thing. No, that just makes a new one. I don't know, guys. I don't know. At this point, I have an idea to do kind of what I wanted. It'll be a little more messy, so to speak. But we can do kind of what I wanted anyway. By copying that bit. And doing that instead. Too far. In and we need to line it up as close as we can so that we can no. I suppose that's close enough. Okay. We don't want any weird inside geometry, so we will delete that polygon. Wrong button. And grab it. And again, delete that. And then these points. Go away windows. Grab all these points and hopefully merge them together. It would have been better if we could get it a little bit more aligned. So automatically, if they were exactly on top of each other, it would have automatically merged them. But for this, let's see. No. More like 10. Merge. Maybe they're close enough. No. Okay. Merge. Fixed. By 10. Oh, looks like we hit caps lock. Turn that off. No. Why are you just merged? 10 millimeters. No, I want 10, 32 points eliminated. Okay, that sounds about right. It looks like it did what I wanted to do. Yeah, it looks like those are indeed merged properly. Okay, so we need to give this a new cue. There we go. Oh, yes, and we are going in and giving things different colors because just so we can, really. Now I need to change them all. Name inside. Oops. Name guard base. And the color needs to be periwinkle blue I did for the other one. Blue. Okay. Okay. Makes me a little happier. Okay. Well, a little paint will do. All right. So we've got those. It's got these again up here. So what we are going to do copy, paste. We're going to actually flip it so we make sure that we don't have to worry about aligning things again this time, like we did last time. And they're a little bit bigger, or wider, I should say, really. Watch this. This should work like a charm. Points. We'll save it. Let's see, is it multiply or detail? Maybe it's multiply. Where is my bridge tool? There is a fun, maybe it's in construct bridge. Yeah, here we go. Not available in palm point. Okay, edges. We will grab edges. Those edges. And see, since I flipped it, the top here is the bottom here, so it should be the exact same points. See if we zoom in, it looks the same-ish. But save object, and then bridge. Ta-da! See, it's bridged those points for us. And we will do the same. Oh, not what I wanted to do. Forget that they changed a few things. There's a few things that are changed that I sometimes forget. Okay, back to edge mode. We will do the same thing. Grab these edges. Not that one. And it automatically joins the two. Now sometimes if it's a little tricky and it's not exact like these two are, you can only do a couple, and you'd have to do a couple segments at a time and go all the way around. Bridge. Ta-da! Save. But looks like we are going to need to adjust that pole diameter, which is fine. We can go ahead and do that. Again, we're using our one tool. And now you can see we've got a very harsh edge here. So we're going to go in there and add a segment in there. And we'll need to do the same to the bottom one. So, point. There we go. So it's a little bit more rounded, like it needs to be. Okay, and then we'll do the same to the bottom one. Press L, that'll automatically cut all of those. Put a line. It puts a line through the geometry selected. We go to point mode, and it automatically selects the newly created geometry for you. Okay, and a little bit more rounded, like we wanted. Very good. Now, I am a little worried about these merging at this size that we're making. So I'm going to go ahead and put up the division between the two just a little wider. Give it just a little bit more of a gap, as you can see there. And honestly, the bottom one looks bigger somehow. So maybe we'll bring this down. me. The artistic touch is never done, peeps. It's never done. Actually, I don't know. I'm gonna do that. Look and see how the upper ones. I could maybe bring the one down a bit, but otherwise it's alright. Make it a little sharper. Okay. Looking good. Looking good, people. Looking good. All right. And let's see. Okay. So we've got the pole done. You know, with a lot of these games, the graphics that they make for the Keyblades, even though it's a 3D object or should be in real life, and even on the higher quality games, let alone like the 3DS and cell phone games, are still like flat images, like it's a box and they just slap some graphics on. It's not all detailed out to save, helping with the render speeds and game speeds and, the things that they need to do to get the low polygon count, because obviously more polygons is obviously going to take more computing power than sometimes the games can handle. So trying to figure out some of the 3D shapes are pretty easy. I mean, obviously that's a pole, but up here, is that a flat sort of triangle piece, or is it an actual 3D cone? So I'm going to treat it as if it's a cone, just because that makes my life simpler and it'll look a little better. So we're going to go back to multi-shift. We need to press P. Oh, I need to select points and then press P. P for polygon to make it a polygon. Polygon mode. And then multi-shift. There it is. And it's a little inset, so we're going to do that. And while you're doing all of this, you probably should keep an eye on how big things are. Now, I am not going to go as far in as, because that will make, since this is such a small object, that will make a breaking point pretty easily. So I will go as small as I dare. Let's try there. And let's measure it. It's not even 2 millimeters. Yeah, it needs to be bigger than that even. Okay. So, which, you have to lose a little bit of detail, unfortunately, this kind of thing, but you do what you can. You do what you can, people. We can make it a little smaller, and we'll just make the ball smaller to make it not be so bad. But you know what? this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 18. I think I got an 18-sided thing. So we're going to make a ball and try. I could go and make the ball just off of this. But to get a nice rounded sphere, why don't we just create a ball? Okay. Get back up here. Okay. Open up our numeric window so we can see what's going on. Let's try 2 for our radius. That means it'll have a diameter of 4. Okay, we wanted 18 sides. Is, I think, the right amount. It's hard to tell. Oh, actually, no, because, yes. Maybe it's 36. Might actually be 36. That looks closer to what we need. Let's try that. Let's try that, people. Yep. And I'm going to throw a couple more sides on here. Hopefully get one that'll be close to what we need. No. Okay, we want hole. So we need to get rid of that one. So what we do is we'll get rid of the bottom and oops, grab this part, just this part, and we will put it there. And we're going to do like we did earlier, where we just grab these 2. I know. I wonder if I've got the right size because things are really... All right, let's take a look. Texture wire. I probably should have just gone ahead and counted. Yeah, it's off. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. Okay, that's what we should have done to begin with. But what we can do is ball, activate, so it'll do pop up what we made last, and 32 sides. And that should be right. You need to press stop pressing A, because that centers everything that's in your window. So I'm used to using that to kind of zoom back out, but obviously it doesn't do what I need it to do when I'm working zoomed in on a particular spot. All right, so get rid of that. And then point mode. Here we go. Actually, we need to move the whole thing down like so. And you know what? You know what we're going to do? We're going to make it easy. And we are going to just bridge it. Just bridge it. Save it first before you do any sort of strange thing. Oh, gotta go to my construct tab. And then bridge. Oh, only bordering bridges. Yelling at me, doesn't like it. It's too much. Maybe I miscounted. Oh, looks right. So we'll go back to original plan here. Points. Marge. There we go. 32 points eliminated. And that should be what we need. Let's take a look and see how it looks. Looks fine. And it's not quite as sharp, but you can still definitely see that. Let's double check. It's not quite 1.5 millimeters. Oh, still so very, very small. So maybe we'll make it just a little bigger. Yeah, I really want it to be at least 2 millimeters to make sure it has a tiny bit of strength. Oh, what is 2 millimeters? Probably like there. No? Here, maybe? Yeah, right there. And I lose practically all of my cone shape. Ugh. So we're gonna cheat. And we're gonna make this a little bigger. Or wider. Maybe not quite that much. Just a little bit. And we're gonna go in here and grab, you know how we came in a little bit to give that a ridge. We're gonna bring that ridge back out. These are the hard choices I have to make when 3D printing for a particular project, because I hate not being 100% accurate. As you know, I mean, because I know making a copy, you're just not going to be accurate, and then you have to go in and make these changes on purpose. I hate it. It's annoying. I mean, I'm not a huge perfectionist at all, but this kind of thing just gets me. It gets me. Let's take a look at our reference. Now, is it bigger? The shaft looks like it's bigger up here than it is down there. So we could use that to our advantage and make this come out a little bit to make that look more in. So I think I'm going to do that. So that means I will grab all of this and I will deselect this last row because I don't want to change that size for that column. And I'm gonna H because I don't want to change it on the Y axis. So we'll come out a little bit. Looks about right. Oh, sorry, it's tricky. Oh, there. Oh, I think I got it. There we go. It's a little bigger there. And we've got enough that I think we've got the shape happy enough to do what it needs to do. Okay. All right, kids. So that'll do for that. Now, it's nice when you can make a model a single object, but it'll be so much easier to just make these side pieces separately and then just put them through. I might make this one piece though. That'd be cool. Ooh, especially, and then I could use it for other stuff. All right. Yeah, see, like I don't have this as part of that. All right, so we're gonna make this piece next. We're gonna go ahead and go to a new layer, and we're gonna save all the time, people. There's nothing more aggravating than getting something just right and created, and then having it fits out on crap out on you. It's the worst thing ever. Now, how do I want to do it? I think I'm gonna make the star first out of a disc, and then I will go in and then add this other stuff. Yeah, I think that'll be the best method. Okay, so I don't know if anybody's watching. I hope you're enjoying, and I hope the sound and quality and whatnot is okay. Let me see if I can see if anybody's watching. I don't see anybody here. No clue, people. If you are watching, I hope you're enjoying. But anyway, okay, so back create. We're gonna grab our disk, and we are actually gonna go to begin with. We're just gonna go into our center here. Now, a star has 5 points, but technically 10 points if you count the points that go in. So we are going to need a 10-sided disc, and we want to give it, some depth. So, and make sure that's all good. Okay. Maybe 1.5. All right. And so it automatically does 24 sides, but we want 10. And technically we're going to want more to get that shape because it's got some nice beveled edges. But we can do that later much easier in the right spots, I think. I hope. Depends on if the tool likes me. Okay, and then what we do is we grab every other point. No, I messed up. I missed a point. That one, skip that one, grab 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 that one, and then we're gonna go into the center here. And you can see just how easy we can make a star. Like that. Now, I'm going to copy and paste because these next steps are going to be a little more tricky than some of our other things that we are doing. And I'm not sure which order I should go in to do this, so I might have to do a couple of sets twice. Okay, so we're going to press E. That extrudes, kind of makes an extra plate. Because it's a hollow star. And then bridge. Let's see. Got that going on now. Ta-da! And don't worry, we will go in and do some of the other shapes in a minute. And because obviously it's sort of a wonky star. But I want to see. I think it's called camphor now. Yeah. How hard that is to do. Okay, and that wasn't too bad. Okay, we can do that. Because if you see on our reference image, there's this nice beveled edge. Yeah, it's kind of a straight bevel. It's kind of not. Sort of rounded bevel. So I wanted to get some of that. Okay, but that is something that is doable. And what about the middle? The middle's pretty sharp. It's kind of all about how you want to make it. Oh, if we're doing a hard surface, then we probably won't need it. So maybe we'll be okay without doing that step. All right, but we are going to need to there we go. Make some more geometry because it does have some edges going. Okay, I'll just select. It'll be easier. Just go in and select them rather than try and circle and grab them all that way. Oops, wrong button. I do a lot of wrong button pushing. And we've got some of these rounded edges. So we'll go in and add some geometry on the sides there. But And then this needs to come in. It's pretty sure. I mean, there is a little bit, but it's not as much as we've got going on for sure. Oh, we need to bring that back in again. So let's go ahead and do this one instead. Eight. There we go. How thick is this? A little over 3. That's fine. 3 millimeters. Now you can see just how, I mean, thick and thin. All right, we're going to copy that. We're going to run polygon mode, and then we're going to copy that because we don't want to copy and paste just the edges. We want the polygons. We want the whole thing. We're going to paste. We're going to move it up here. Yeah, you can see we're going to need some tweaking to get the shape right. And actually, there we go. And first off, save. And it needs to be bigger right off the bat. And it's gonna, unless I decide to go and do some of those things that I was talking about, to soften it up. Ooh, which is tempting. I might do that. Because that is getting the shape much closer to what is needed. Let's try it. It's wrong. And let's see, object, camphor. Yeah, okay. Nope, not everything. We want to make this bigger. Alright, camphor. Again. Just enough there to help get the edge a little sharper. And let's go ahead and try, let's try this edge too. Now, this tool is really hard. It doesn't like to do things when you've got much more complex geometry. So yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get that. What I will do is see if I can, yeah. There we go. We're getting it. We're getting the shape, guys. Things are moving along. Oh, it's not what I wanted to do. All right. H. And we can go in and mess with individual points, of course. Cool, cool. All right. Getting there, getting there. All right. And we're just going to go around and do all the same things. Let's see if the program will let us do more than one edge to camphor at a time. And hopefully it won't freak out. We're going to go ahead and save object. And we will, oops, that button. And looks like it's doing it. You can do it. Enter. And another thing we can do, because I want a slightly sharper point. Kind of already did it though, because we made extra. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, we missed something. See, there's a hole. Yep, when we did the camphor, we missed this polygon, this edge, I mean. So, camphor again. Maybe we'll leave it pretty thin to keep some of that edge. Yeah, try that. Yeah. I like that better. You know what, kids? That's what we're going to do. We're going to go back. Just so I feel like I'm a bit more uniformal. Okay. All right. So, first step is to grab these edges, these loops. And you can make sure that we grab the whole loop by looking in other windows. Zoom in a little here. That'll help us. Oh, no, we don't want that one. We just want the points out. Looks like we've gotten the entire point. What is that? Looks like we accidentally grabbed some stuff there. We just want the star. That's all we want. Okay, it looks like we've gotten, yep, we've gotten all of the loops. All right, file, save, and camphor, which used to be a different name, and we want it pretty sharp, so we're not going to make that too far apart. And then what we're going to do is L, and then H. Okay. Must have hit the wrong keyboard button. L. Try to match the same on the other side. L, H. There we go. There we go. Yep. Trying to just get these kind of uniform. It's not really uniform on that, but you know. The nice thing about 3D work is you can get it kind of symmetrical and uniformal. It's nice when you can, because yeah, I feel better. And anybody still hanging on and still watching, congratulations for making it about an hour and a half in. Hopefully we only have about a half an hour at the most left. So you're about halfway. Yeah, okay. Halfway or a little more than halfway through the video. Let's see. We were going around and doing stuff, so let's do it. Try and speed things up a little here for you. And we'll get the shape a little closer to how it's looking in the thing. Okay. And that's our star shape. Needs a couple more tweaks. Hold on. Over here. And here. Such an interesting shape. And you could sit here and tweak these points all day long. But we're going to lose a bunch of this detail anyway with the 3D print due to its size. So I'm not going to sit here and tweak these points all the live long day. That actually looks pretty close. So we'll leave it at that. We'll copy and paste. File, save object. So we've got Air Star. And that's pretty good. Okay, so we're gonna grab our polygon mode. We're gonna grab these two polygons here on the edge so that we can do this part. Let's measure that and see 1.7. So we'll probably make it a little bit. Okay, how thick is this? 1.3. And I want it to be preferably 1.8. .7. It doesn't have to be quite that. I mean, it could, but let's try a little smaller. In 3D printing, it's good to know what you're probably going to end up having. Good to know what the strength and limits to your file are. For example, things need to be at least 2 millimeters wide for any sort of strength or durability, even in these tiny little sculpts. Right now I'm going back and because it looked too much like that piece, because you can see it looks like they're not really connected, but they are. But so I'm trying to give it a little bit more distinctive edge from each other. Hopefully that'll work. And it looks better. All right, back to working on this piece. Load. Right now, just getting the shape on this particular item. That way we'll fine tune it. This is the kind of shapes that are a little trickier, harder to do. Oops. You know what? This looks actually more one dimension. Shoots. I popped that out. How do I pop that back in? There we go. Now we're all kind of back into. Okay. Now let's go ahead and get this. I want to get a line. Maybe if I'm going to try a couple things here. Okay. started concentrating. I'm not talking anymore, people. But just working on the thing. Trying to get the shapes. So we use this bridge tool to connect the two pieces, kind of like we've done before a couple of times. One of my tools I use a lot in but you can see it left some of the points that it wasn't using anymore, like that middle one was no longer needed. So you'll want to go ahead and select any of those and delete. You can also find loose points by pressing W and make sure you're in polygon mode, but this is your statistics window. And it used to be down here, but I don't know where they put it, so I had to look up the shortcut key. So it's W, and you can see 1 vertex, 2 vertex, 3 vertexes. All of my things are in 4 because that's how I build. But if there was a 2 vertex or 1 vertex, you could select any of those and then delete them that way. All right, so we're gonna get this shape a little less funky looking, hopefully. Oh yeah. Just trying to get some of the geometry around it not to look so crappy, because some of that will show up. Just trying to get some kind of decent shape going on in here. It's a little tricky. I want to do camphor, I think, if it will let me. Try to get a nice sharp-ish edge possible. And you can see some of the geometry is getting really close to other parts, and it's not happy about it. Trying to keep all my shapes consistent like they're supposed to be. Alright, let's see how it's not even 1 millimeter big. Oish. It's 2 millimeter. Oh, I want this whole thing to be bigger. So I'm going to make it bigger. Five. 1 millimeter. Let's make this just a little bigger. You're actually going to do that. And the same to the other side, because it's flat. So you can see that this sort of darker gray area is flat. We need that to be flat as well. Make this just a little wider. Just to help with the printing issues. Make this a little narrower to help with some of the shaping that we have. And this looks funny where this comes up here, but it's fine because this is all hidden behind. Ooh, that does give a nice sharp petal for sure. Okay, we're gonna maybe do that. That looked closer to being accurate anyway. So we will get a smaller. We don't want this geometry right on top because when we press E, we're pretty much duplicating and it's right on top of the other geometry. So make it just a little smaller. So don't run into any problems later. Hopefully. Okay. Well, that should do just about all of that. Let me bring this up a little bit. Even things out just a touch. This. Save as always, kids. Always save. See, we've got that. Not as clean as I'd like it to be, but I would have to go in and do a lot of things to make it do better, and I just don't really feel like taking all the time necessary that would entail. So, right here, what's going on? This should all be the same. Yep, that's better. And just leave it on the other side. Let's make sure we've got it. There we go. There we go. Okay. Now it's not bugging me as much. Some of the weird things are gone. Very good. Very good. We're getting there, kids. We're getting there, kids. Woohoo. Okay, so now we really just have the keychain at the bottom. Almost there. Okay. Now the chain is just too small to print well. So let's see if I can't get this to be more of a triangle shape for this part to match up a little better. Okay. Okay, we're gonna go in and do every layer of points. Like so. Trying to keep about the same widths as they're supposed to be between the different segments. Alright, we got a little bit more of a triangle shape going. Which is nice. Very rounded, but a bit more closer to what they got going on there. Okay. Put that back. And see, I've got it so that this part is like a chain, but then I have this piece which I cut this when it's printed. I cut this piece in half, cut it off, and then I can put a real chain from like a necklace chain in and attach the keyblade that way. And it's pretty much the same as the star up here. So let's see if we saved. We did. Oh, good. Save this. So we're going to use this. Bring that down here. And we will size it as small as we can get it to print. We'll make the hole a little smaller. And we will make the whole thing just a little bit wider. I'm going to grab the middle and make the middle. That should be pretty good. Now we're going to move this over to here. Actually, to get it true to the thing. I'll probably need to flip it. But I kind of like it like that. But probably make a bigger chain loop. If we wanted. For base, I think. And just sort for that one. Okay, where is... Might be just about done, peeps. I'm gonna double check some things, make sure we all squared away, but that's about it. Thanks for joining me. I hope this stream was helpful in any sort of way. Feel free to like, subscribe, share, comment, any of those things to help support me and to let me know that you liked it and would like to see more videos. Definitely let me know if you want to see more sort of live streams or videos on recorded of me making stuff. And if you have any suggestions on things you would like to see me make, let me know. But before we go, I wanted to show you a quick picture of some other keyblades that I've made. Let's see if I can find it. No, okay. I make all sorts of fun little keyblades. Oh, here we go. As you can see here, I've made a whole bunch of different ones. Pendant size. This was originally actually a commission for a wedding, and it was quite a lot of fun to do. So you can see just some of the detail that comes out is astonishing, because this is not the high detailed material. This is your just basic generic detail that I get off of printing on Shapeways. And then, I hand painted these. It was a lot of fun, so definitely feel free to check out my Shapeways shop. Let's go ahead and pull that up, shall we? There we go. That's the link I want. So if you go to www.shapeways.com/shops/silverbeam_magic, that will get you to my Shapeways shop, and you can see I have all sorts of fun goodies on here. Definitely come support me, and you can buy them, and what happens is you're actually ordering from Shapeways, so you will get the print sent directly to you. So any sort of painting and things like that you will need to do yourself. But if you have any questions, I am more than happy to help you out. Occasionally, I will put things up on my Etsy shop, or if I go to a convention, that kind of things. But basically, I am not doing all of the painting and listing on things on Etsy anymore, because just time management and health and constraints, and it just wasn't, it was just too stressful for me. But if you do like these kinds of things, if you want more along the lines, I also have a Patreon page, which has a geek subscription box. So every month you can get a, there we go. So over here on the left, if you pledge $20, and that includes USA shipping in the US, you can get a geek box, which comes with a lot of different, little things. It's over $45 in value. The actual item is generally around 15 to 20 in value, that comes with it, because you also get the item of the month that I make, as well as a geek, a charm, a 3D printed charm. No, I don't always paint them, but sometimes I do. It depends on how much time and energy I have, and the value of the item to get them to be the correct value for the box. So I don't want to go too high, or I don't want to go too low, that kind of thing. So that is something that's fun, and I do ship internationally as well. It just costs a little more with shipping. For like the geek box, it's it's 32, because shipping went up in price, and it's ridiculous, and I'm sorry, but that's just how it is. It's frustrating. I hate it too. So definitely check that out, and I hope you guys enjoy it, and let me know if you want to see more. And thanks so much for all the support that you give to me and to fellow geeky artists that are out there. And you guys have an excellent day, and we will stop here. So thanks, guys, and have a good one. Bye.